What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be guiding you through the solo bo6 Easter egg on the Reckoning. This is the class I would recommend running, the Maelstrom. Just copy these attachments, it will help you in the Easter egg as a whole and with the boss fight. I would also recommend running Ether Shroud as your field upgrade and bring in whatever you want. Let's get into it. When you spawn in, you can interact with this bin in the corner, run over and turn the rampage inducer on just to speed things up. You want to also interact with this bin in the corner. This is just a side Easter egg. There's a chance you can get perks, salvage, ether tools and pack-a-punch crystals out of it. In between, you want to wait until you're on a bug round, either round 5 or 6, just like now. And these clouds bots will end up coming out. You want to shoot the arms off the bots and make sure they drop a cloud arm. You only can get one arm per round, unfortunately so you have to wait till the next bug round to get your second arm. Once you're on round about 6 or 7, make your way up the mutant research way. This is more of an efficient way and just helps you out later on. You want to run over to where this mangler is an incubator, interact with this computer and pick up the syringe. You can also lie down at the dead shot to get a free 100 points. And you want to make your way over to this door, just like so, open up, use the teleporter to go across. Once you're in the android assembly area, you'll be looking for 2 legs. I'm going to be showing you the spawns here. One spawns here, right here in my game, just next to the elevator. One up here right in the corner. They'll be sort of whitey color, so you can't really miss them. Go around and interact with Klaus. There'll be this mop bucket in the corner. What you want to do is melee this mop bucket over to this second line. Once you've done that, the sprinklers will turn on. Sometimes the zombies did it for me in my game. But if this doesn't happen, my bucket should be filled up, but you just need to use a lethal, throw it out there and the sprinklers turn on and it will fill up your bucket. Once you've done that, go up this elevator and make your way over to this teleporter where you're here at Jug. Remember about the bins I was telling you? There's a bin in this corner you can interact with. There's a 300 points if you just lay down at Jug, a bin right here in this corner, and another bin just where this door is. I got 3 essence out of that. Make your way upstairs in this corner. There'll be a bin right next to the ammo buy. One in the far corner where this door is. Just where there. And I luckily got a gold ether tool, so that just saved me 5,000 salvage, sorry. And your final bin is sitting in this corner right at the very end. Just here. Once you've done that, interact with this button and go into this teleporter. You are turning on Pack-a-Punch. Make your way over and interact with the lever on the computer. Once happened, these purple crystals will spawn in. Shoot these purple crystals, just like so. And this will activate Pack-a-Punch. Once your crystals have been shot, you have now successfully activated Pack-a-Punch. With the syringe you picked up earlier, you want to make your way to this platform, jump up and interact. You are now an energy ball. You want to navigate and hit into the zombie and make the zombie fall down. Interact with the zombie on the floor and you have picked up a blood sample. Once you've done that, make your way back to spawn, and if you've done all bins, interact with this bin. The bin will be glowing. It can drop salvage, points and sorcery sometimes. This is also another side Easter egg right here. This is the sharpshooter Easter egg. What you want to do is stand on the middle and shoot, and you'll be idle your eyes. These targets will come up. You want to shoot every target that comes up. Don't worry if you miss a few shots, but just make sure not to hit a zombie because it will fail it and you would have to wait a next round. Once done, it will give you an ammo mod. You want to make your way back to the mutant research lab. Next to Deadshot, you will see this blurry screen. It will flash a word. With the word you get, you want to take the first letter, so in my game it's L. So I'm going to write L down and run over to this corner where this computer is also, flashes, and mine's A. So I want to write down LA. Between while getting your code, you'll see a zombie called a Genesis zombie. It'll be wearing a lab coat. You want to kill the zombie, make your way over to it, and it will drop a key card. Make sure to pick up this key card, you'll be needing it later on. Once you have your 2 letters, make your way over to this periodic table that's on the wall. You want to be looking for the 2 letters you have. So in my game, it was LA, so I'm looking for LA. Once you have it, it will give you a number. Once you have your number, make your way up these stairs. But just a little giver. You can also have just 1 letter as well. So just be careful. It doesn't always have to be 2 letters. So your screen could also show just 1 letter. But if you have a 2-digit code, your first number will always be 0. So in my game, my number was 57. So I just put 0 first. It'll be 057. Once you put your code in, make your way downstairs. And with the key card you picked up earlier, interact with this safe, like fridge thing, and it will open. Make sure to pick up this vial as you will need it later on. Make your way back upstairs to the room you just opened. Now you want to be killing 3 vermin. Just shoot a zombie and it should turn into a vermin, and just melee the vermin or just shoot it. It will get sucked up into the machine. You want to be doing this 3 times. Once you've done it 3 times, you have to now do it to 3 zombies. And once you've done it, once 3 zombies get sucked up, the box will now be open and you can now pick up the cyst. What you want to do is make your way down this hole to the plant room where all these plants are at. You want to run over to this corner. Just a quick tip, pull out equipment and put back, so then you won't get the animation of holding the cyst, but you want to fill up this plant until it has no health left. You want to do this 3 times. You'll have a health bar, just make sure it goes down back to 0. Do this for the 3rd and final time. Once all 3 plants are full, you'll get a quote knowing you have done it. You now want to make your way back to the mutant research lab. With the syringe you did earlier on, interact with the machine. This will spawn in a mangler. I would highly suggest you have a pack-a-punch weapon, or at least like a blue rarity, because it's a bit tanky. Once the mangler spawns in, kill it and it will drop a mutant injection. Pick it up, but do not use it as this is a special one. You want to now make your way over to the Forsaken. Interact with this scanner and use your mutant injection. This will turn you into a different type of mangler that gives you access to the room you need to be going into as of now. Between this, you may be on another bug round. Make sure to shoot the Klaus arm and hopefully it will drop your Klaus arm. Pick up the Klaus arm so you can finally interact and build Klaus. Once you've done the step with the mutant injection, the teleporter room should now be open. Make your way over and interact and go into the room. Now you need to interact with this book on the table or you'll be shown a code. You need to write this code down. So the 2 is what you're going to be putting into the computer, but as you see it says archive 12. That is the month. There are 4 months that you need to find and you need to arrange the months lowest to highest. So I'm going to be showing you all possible locations that the books can spawn in as of now. One is over here by the coffee table, just like in my game was. One can be over here next to the chairs. One opposite the elemental pop perk. One can also be on this table here, just as you're going to Pack-a-Punch. Opposite can be one right here next to the PC. And one right here next to another coffee table. Now make your way back to the teleportation room. These are the codes I had in my game. So on the left side are the codes you want to put in the computer, but first you need to arrange the months you have from lowest to highest. So my first month would be 8, which the code would be 3. Then the month would be 9, which my code would be 4. And then it would be 10, which is 5, and then 12, which is 2. So my code would be 3, 4, 5, 2. This can be a bit tricky, this step, but once you have the correct code, it will come up on the computer saying access granted. You want to make your way back outside. Once you're outside, you'll see these computers. You want to go over and interact with them. There's one here, and you're just making one big circle. So as you run over here, there's one just sitting here in the corner, one just right next to it, and then the last one would be over where stamina up is. Once you've interacted with this, an Uber Klaus will now spawn in. Do not kill this Uber Klaus. Bring it downstairs to where Klaus is and sit in this corner. The Uber Klaus will fire an energy charge shot turning on Klaus. You know if you turn it on if you have the quote of Klaus speaking. You want to bring the Uber Klaus back upstairs and shoot the shoulders off. Just the shoulders. Make sure not to kill him. Once both shoulders have been shot off him, you want to bring him back over to this pad. This pad will now be glowing. You want to make sure that Uber Klaus steps onto it. Once this happens, you want to run over to where this barrier is and look up, and there's an insta-kill power-up. You want to shoot this power-up and go and take it. Once you've done that, run back over and you can instantly delete the Forsaken straight away. Once you have defeated the Forsaken, make your way over to the energy ball and interact. The cyst will now go inside. You have now built yourself the Gorgafex wonder weapon. You want to make your way back over to Pack-a-Punch. You will now see there is this red button. Interact with this red button. With your wonder weapon, you now want to shoot these blue vermin that spawn in. Make sure to kill all the vermin in the area and the zombies. Once you've done that, you can now make your way back up and there's the energy ball. Interact with it and now your gun be going blue. Make your way back over to the teleportation room and fire up a charge shot. Shoot out these crystal teleporter. The crystals will now disappear. I'm going to be showing you a side Easter egg that you can do to get a free perk. Make your way over to where the Juggernog is and look down. You'll see a Mr. Peaks teddy bear. Shoot it. It will fly up to the top. Once you are flying up, interact with it and jump down. It will now show these rings. You want to parachute through every single ring here without missing one. Once you have done this, you will now get a free perk. Because for the next one, you are going to need melee macchiato. So hopefully you can get that, or do you have to stay up and get it? You want to make your way back to the plant room. Look up here and shoot a charge shot. A head will drop down. Pick up the head. You now want to buy melee macchiato as you're going to need it for this next step. Once you have melee macchiato, make your way over to this computer. Melee the computer and a brain will now appear. You want to now pick up this brain, but you need to be quick because if the brain disappears, you're going to have to do this again. You want to make your way back to the teleportation room. This is the quickest route to do, so I'm just going to quickly show you. Go up the elevator here, make your way back to here, and go through the teleporter. Make your way over to the corner here and interact with this computer. The brain will now go in. Remember the bucket I told you to fill up earlier? Now's the time to use it. You want to put the head in the bucket and pick it up. While you do this, you will now be able to bring Klaus over to this elevator. You want to be following Klaus at this point as you're going to be going to guide you to a SAM trial. You want to now interact with the SAM trial to start the process. With the head, it's like a soul box, so practically you need to fill up the head with souls. You know you're doing it right when the zombies are glowing purple. Once you have finished this, the zombies will stop glowing purple and you know you've finished it. Make your way back to the teleportation room with the head. Just follow where Klaus goes and just make your way back upstairs. You want to now interact with the teleporter with the head. The head should be like sucked into the teleporter and you know you've done it right when this happens. You now want to go to this corner. This box will now be open. It's a Gersh device. You want to pick up the device and you want to be catching these objects, these purple objects that are floating around the map. There's locations are here. There's one here you can go over and capture. There's a box right in this corner to pick up another one. So you want to go find an object you're looking for, a glowy purple one, throw it and catch it and pick it up. Make your way back to Mutant Research Lab. There's a box in the corner here, just where PhD is. There's an object there you can throw and capture. You need to do this 4 times. And for the final last one is in Spawn. There's a box in this corner. Pick it up and throw it on the object that's glowing purple, just like so. And collect it. Once you have 4, you can now make your way back and do this sharpshooter step. From rounds 11 to 20, it's a purple ether tool. From rounds 21 onwards, you'll have a gold tool. So it's up to you when you want to do this. I'm just showing you now for the sake of the video. And also, if you're lacking on salvage, this will help you out a bunch. This is another side Easter egg to get a free self-revive. Make your way over to where the pool table is. You will see these row of balls. On each row, you want to shoot 1, 1, 5. But make sure it's on each row, as this will not work. Once you've shot the 1, 1, and 5, you can just look on the pool table and a free self-revive will now be there. You want to make your way back to the teleportation room, interact with this panel and the 4 balls you just collected will now go in there. A lockdown will now happen. There's these switches on the wall that you're going to have to interact with. When it goes red, you interact with it and make it go green. You have to do this 4 times. Interact with the switches around the area and make them go green. Once they are green, the lockdown will stop, just like so. And now congratulations, you are now ready for the boss fight. But before you go to the boss fight, I highly suggest you get set up before you do anything. So make sure you get triple Pack-a-Punch, the gold rarity, all the perks that are necessary, because you will not do any damage if you go in with anything less. So make sure you are prepared and ready for this boss fight. I'd also recommend going to a workbench and picking yourself up a death machine and 2 smokes. But the death machine is not necessary, nor is the smokes. If you feel more comfortable going with stims, then do that. It's just there's a strategy that can make the boss fight a lot easier with smokes. But if you're not comfortable, don't worry about it. When you're ready, go up and interact with the teleporter. You will now be entering the boss fight. Interact and press up on the D-pad. This will you will be going against Sam. If you press down, you'll be going against Richtofen, and Richtofen is much harder. So I advise to press up if it's your first time to go against Sam. For this, you have to be filling up these LTGs like the one from Liberty Falls. I'd recommend not killing any zombies on this platform, so it will help fill up the LTGs quicker. So just, if not, you can kill them, but you can just train them around. Bring them over to this LTG, the purple ones, and kill them when the zombies start glowing purple. You will have to do this 3 times. It can take a bit to fill up these, so just be careful, and the zombies are much faster and aggressive here. So once that's done, make your way over to this corner here. Just where the armory machine is, there's just one sitting in the middle. So just do that. Do the same thing again, fill up the souls. You know it's done when you get this flash and the souls will stop going in. Once done, make your way over to the very final one where these stations are. And again, just make sure you get your kills, fill up the souls. Just like so. And that is all 3 done. Once done, you'll get a quote telling you to hurry up and make your way back over to the platform. For this second phase, you want to be shooting purple crystals just like the Pack-a-Punch. You want to look around for the purple crystals and make sure you shoot everyone in the area. By shooting the crystals, these will also spawn in more zombies, so just be careful of what you're doing because you can easily get trapped and overwhelmed here. So be careful, have a look around, find the crystals that you need, and once you've shot all of them, you will get a quote again telling you to make your way to the platform. Before you go, there is also a perk machine up here, so if you're missing any perks, make sure to pick these up because it'll be the last time you'll be able to buy anything before going into the boss fight. Once completed, you are now getting to the boss fight. If you have your death machine, pull out your death machine now and wait for Sam to come out. Once she's just coming out, you shoot the death machine and it does 1,000 damage, will deal the first little bit of health to her. There are 3 attacks that she can do. These energy blasts that she does are here. If you have smoke grenades, now just chance to throw the smoke down and this will cancel out the laser beam as a whole. Shoot her 4 weak points that she shows with the maelstrom is very good. And you want to just keep navigating around like so. Just be very careful of her energy blast because they are very strong. When she's also spinning around like this, she can also deal damage. But again, her energy blasts are very strong and can deal a lot of damage. So just be careful and just navigate your way through. And again, with the laser blast, just throw your smoke in the opposite direction, run in, stand in the smoke, and it'll cancel out the attack altogether. This just speeds things up and just helps you out altogether. I would personally just run smokes because I feel like it's much better. She will start going up when our first phase is finished. You can also deal damage to her when she's going up in that teleporter. You will now have to do a SAM trial, depending on what trial you get. And my one, I got kill zombies in the location. So that's what I was doing. And if you complete it, you will get a free perk. If you fail, you will get a weapon nerf for 45 seconds. So try your best to complete the SAM trial. When Sam is coming back out of the portal, use the rest of your death machine to deal damage to her as she's coming out of the portal. This will speed things up. You will now have her down to about half health. Use your Ether Shroud and do the same thing again and target her weak points when she uses her attacks. This is what you want to keep on doing. When a second phase is done, the same thing, she will go back up and a second SAM trial will begin. Make sure you do the same thing again. Complete the SAM trial you get given and you'll get a free perk from it. If you don't, you will end up getting a weapon nerf for 45 seconds. And depending on the perk, it could help you out in the situation. Once done, this will be our final phase and none of the attacks change. It's just, you just have to be very careful. When all of our 4 points have been defeated, as you see here, her middle will now be able to be attacked or glow red, just like so. Use your Ether Shroud if you have it left and just follow her around and shoot her in the middle where it's glowing red. Just keep spamming a middle. Can take a while just depending on how good your shots are. And like so, once you've done it, you have now completed the Reckoning Easter egg. If you've liked this video, please make sure to leave a like and comment, as this video did take me a while to record and edit. I'd much appreciate it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know and I could do other maps. Until then, I'll catch you all in a bit. Peace.